if you just send me the codes without the outputs, I'll just what you've seen. That's the screenshot to show that indeed it's you.
Oh.
If you did that one, if you just type the code to copy it from but if it's a screenshot from here with the writing, or we want to see. I want to see running it. Can you chat? Yoko. Na ufunge mdomo. I can see there in the assignment. I hope you was able to read the comment because I want to mark that kind of thing. There are those who are really trying and other problem. There is someone who posted her photo for to see, so I don't know what instead of posted herself. So I don't know what that means. Ama unataka nikukate kwa hiyo photo. And remember, the first assignment, the deadline is almost. So if it's a deadline, I won't be able to see it. I want to check it because I gave a lot of time. Ladan Mulari.
Yes, I'm there. Yeah.
Okay. Now there is this view, yes, which we've covered through the assignment. So I will be screen so that you see. Hillary presenting so that you allow me to present. Hillary, can you stop presenting your screen? Is Hillary around? Where is Hillary? Can you stop presenting your screen, please? Hillary, if you don't view from the class, if you don't, I'll just send you out of the class. I will remove you from the meeting. Where is Hillary Combo? Can you stop, please? You see now what you are doing miss the lesson. Hillary Combo. So remove
tu alafu rudi.
Can you then Hillary?
Nimewasha bundles akaenda.
So it's not with us. Now, are you able to see what?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yes, but iko clear sana mwalimu. Haiko clear.
Haionekani.
Can you zoom in, because that's what I managed to try to open your eyes wide. How many?
We can see iko sawa.
Sawa. Then the problem is you are not from my side, right?
Natumia neon.
You can see we talked about modular operator.
Yes.
Yes, this is the modular of said it returns remainder after integer division. The operator it only operates on integer. Integer numbers.
Chami hata sionki. Inakuona tu wewe peke yako.
You are saying you can.
Yes, we can't.
I think it is your mobile phone, not for us. If others are able
Tumia telecom. No.
Now I said this between 2, right? Like example, if you divide the 10, if you apply the module of operator, 7 into 10 once, and the remainder is 3. So 3 will be the result. So you are supposed to use this kind of an expression to write a simple program, which some of you do. I don't know whether you all manage to run that program. Did you? Were you able to run this program?
No.
What happened?
Ilikuwa na kazi.
Why in this case this module of operator affects three variables? Okay, because like you said, it comes after, so meaning that variables, you must declare 3 variables. One variable will be for storing the result, and the other 2 variables are for the values you intend to divide or to apply the module operator upon. But in this case, you will have x, y, and result, as you can see here. So these are 3 variables. You can see I've declared them in x, y, and z. So one of these two values you want to, or you intend to apply the modulo operator on. And the result of this modulo operator you call result. Are you getting that? You can see how it is very, very simple. And since we are dividing two numbers using this operator somewhere, and that's why we must declare three variables, x, y. Variable x will hold one of the number, y will also store the next number. This is in the result. So sometimes you also need to scratch your head and think on how you approach any of these programs. Just like we said, for any number, that number must be stored in the memory. And for that to happen, it means you declare them as variables, taking a given type. Like in this case, you use integer. Now, depending on how you want to add values to these variables, this is one of them, or maybe you can use an x, an f, to get values to these variables. Now you see I'm using the variable result to store the value of this operation. So it's 13 and y is. So if you have x modulo y, you are dividing x by y. And the result, which is the remainder, will be stored in here. So like in this case, you can see this result is what I'm showing here. Remember, 6 into 13, it is twice, which is 12, remainder 1. So 1 is the result which is displayed here. So you can use the printf function to display the result. Of course, you are displaying the content of this result, because the result being a variable, and remember we say the variable is a named memory location. So the content of this result is what we are displaying through a printf. So when you run this program, it will show you one. For those who are able to show me their work, I think it was well done, but majority of you did not bother even to ask where the problem was. So you can see how, given an expression, you can write a program to implement that expression. Is there any question up to that? For those who did not manage to write this program.
Yes, teacher. There. So yes. You just input those values, or you just write the x alone. The x, y, then results. Oh, okay, I've seen what I was asking.
You need to be attentive, right? You see, it is confusing because you are not taking your time. You are not taking your time, because these are very small things which contribute when you are writing a program. And the moment you don't pay attention, you get yourself confused.
Excuse me, teacher.
Someone who is this doing? Someone's background is making noise.
Yes. Mwalimu, niko na swali. Sasa hapo kwa printf, kama umejirudia juu umesema modular ni remainder, but you used that to change the remainder, tena natumia hiyo symbol ya nini modular.
No,
Instead,
Do you remember when we talked about
print
do you remember we talked yes?
yes,
We talked about format specifier. Do you remember this? This is what is called a format specifier because it has this symbol for modulo and that that character which represents the type of data type you selected. Like in this case, we are using integer. And the result after this module operation is also an integer, which is 1. So we are using a format specifier D. This is different when we are using this alone. So I'm not repeating myself. That's why you need to be very careful. Are you able to see that? Okay.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
because you should pay keen attention because you can see now you are saying yes, what we're explaining here is different. Remember we talked about format specifier, which I was just forcing you to write the notes about format specifier, but you can see how we are using them now. Don't get something, you missed it. You carry that problem forward, and that's why you can say we treating ourselves, which is not the case. When we are talking about format specifier, which if I'm still requesting or I'm asking you, if you have not written notes about format specifier, go and do so, because failure to do that, you might think we are repeating ourselves, like in this case here. This is an example of a format specifier, and each data type has its own format specifier. Like this one is for characters, so this one is for integers. For characters, it will be %C. So this will be the format specifier for characters. For floating point data type, you have % and F. Do that. So all this we refer to them as format specifier. You can see each format specifier is directly linked to a particular data type. Now here we are talking about modular operator. You can see there's a difference between, even though the sign is same, but with the format specifier of that sign plus the character which represents the data type. But for the modular operator, it is only that % sign alone. So in this case, result is an integer. We must use %D. Dunge, are you satisfied?
yes,
That requires a lot of attention. Yes.
There's this symbol in it, escape sequence. Where do we use it?
Escape sequence. Where it's like, for example, this.
Yes.
Like in this case, in most cases, like here, you're supposed to a very good question, which require all of you to pay attention on that. It's a very important question. Like in this case, remember, this is a new line. Now, this is a new line. It said, for example, you see, when you are getting a text, there comes a time when you reach the end of the screen or the end of that margin. So you expect the cursor to move to the next line. Okay? So
Yes.
You notice sometimes when you run your program, the result is being shown in one line. It means you do not use the new line symbol. This new line symbol will enable your work to be displayed in an orderly manner. So like in this case here, we tend to use this new line as as an escape, whichever you put it, you start with the percent followed by that symbol. You can, okay, I was just talking to someone here. You can put it at the beginning here or at the end. At the end, the mistake I was making. You can see if you run this statement, you expect it to display the result, but the cursor will be the same line. So if you want to build this new line after the percent B, is the format specifier, then you put the new line and then you close it like that. Okay? Or you can put it at the beginning after the printer have the quotes like this. You have it and then you say the reminder like that. So it's either before or after, but it must be within the quote. Is it clear?
Yes.
It applies when you're using a scanf, because you say with scanf you use percent and then followed by that data type like that, and then put this new line, close it, the comma, and then that address operator, then maybe X, for example. See that? So meaning this
Excuse, sir.
Yes.
Finish up fast. Finish up.
Yeah, meaning that when you run this statement, the cursor will be blinking in the new line because of this. Just ask the question now.
You say the format is HD.
Yes.
You just said it only applies with integers only.
Because integers are numbers between 0 to 9, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But now, sometimes those numbers are decimal. So that's why we have %f for floating point. Then %c for characters, like you write a program to capture your name and then display it on the screen. So your name, of course, this is just for one character like X or Y. But as we continue, we'll learn how to use some functions which will enable you to capture the entire name. Like if you call Joshua, you'll be able to capture that Joshua and then display it on the screen. Is that a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Can you use more than one data type when writing a program?
Of course, you can. You see, like you as to write a program, display your name, and then your class. You see that? You get me?
Yes.
Name, age, and class. So you can see name will require to use the character.
Yes.
Why is age because age is ranging between 0 to 9, right?
Yes.
And then class can be like NTD or maybe the ICT or 1A4. So you see that's a mixture.
Yes.
So you can use more than one data type in a given program, depending on what you want to do.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the function of the statement return 0?
You see, return 0, you must be very careful when you are, because I see most of you are just copying these programs from the internet. Yeah, up there, in most cases, for you to return a 0, you must have an int. You must have an int main. main. Once you have this int main, then before you close, you must. But you see, if you don't have that int and then you're returning a 0, then it means even if the program is running, giving you the correct answer, but you are telling the program to return a 0 result. Are you together?
Yes.
Those are some of the areas, those are some of the things you need to be keen about. And you can see there are so many things that we need to mention as we continue with learning, and that is one of them, which I do not want to bring right now.
Yes.
Any other question?
Sure.
Yes.
Can we say that the modular operator is the same as modulus operator in C? Are they the same or?
Okay, you see, whatever you're trying to ask is maybe because of the pronunciation or how it has been written.
Yeah.
Because it is the same, whether it is modular or modulo or modulus operator. It is the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Now you could see, you know, when you are given a task, it is important to look at what does that problem entails. Like in this modular operator, we said it returns the remainder after integer division. So meaning you must divide two numbers. The two numbers, where is the result being taken? So from there you can see you are required to have three variables. The first two variables will store those numbers you want to divide, and then the result will be stored in another variable. So you need to have three variables, and you can see how I'm showing them here. Once you declare them here, you see the compiler will create a position or a location within the memory. So once you say m y is equal to 6, their content will be changed based on the values you assigned. So you must be very keen. These are very small things which will enable your program to run or to execute well. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Are we together?
Yes.
Is it clear now for the modular operator? Vivian? Kemunde. Now you're hiding your faces, and yet I'm trying to ask people to understand you. You need to ask if you're not getting anything, right? Because these small things you're talking about, you're going to experience them as we continue writing programs. And I can see people are leaving the lesson. Remember, at the end of the day, we normally take the system will automatically generate a class list which we print and submit to the department. And the good thing is it shows the duration in which you are in the class, when you left, how long did you leave, when you come back, so on and so forth.
So I have a question.
Yes, let it be the last one so that you can go to the next thing.
Up there, hapo kwenye umeandika moja.
Yes.
It returns the remainder of what? What is that division?
Pardon?
I'm asking.
Yes.
Chini ya modular operation huko juu. Kuna statement umeandika it returns the remainder. What that? Imefutika sioni.
Okay, I just wrote it by mistake. It's supposed to be integer.
Okay.
Integer operator. Like that. The remainder of integer division. For example, you are dividing two numbers. You divide 13 by 6. 13, 6 into 13, what is twice? It is 12, the remainder is 1. So 1 is the result. It's clear now. I want us to look at something else. Now I'm projecting another thing which you also need to take a keen look at, because it is part of the assignment. It is work. Can you see what I'm projecting? Projecting.
Yes.
Can you see that? Diana Kendi, are you there? Can you see what I'm projecting? Vivian?
Yes.
Vivian Kimunto? Grace Jambi, are you there?
Yes.
Grace Jambi, are you there? Now, this gentleman called Super Awesome Channel. You are letting me down because you are not doing the work according to what I'm doing. You are calling yourself Super Awesome, but you're not doing super work.
I can see it.
Okay, good. Now, this is it's a unary operator. It is part of the formula of the operator. If you look at this unary operator, it is divided into two sections. That is we have the increment and the decrement. The increment is the plus plus and the decrement is the minus minus. So the increment part, we have the pre-increment and post-increment. So with the pre-increment, you can see the operator first, then the variable. Like you can say plus maybe r. If r is the variable, you say r is equal to 6, like that. So you say plus r, then that is a pre-increment. Okay, and then there is also a post-increment. Like you can say r plus like that. So given the example, int x is equal to 10, okay, then it means x is 10, right? But this value 10 will be incremented by 1. And that's x is equal to 11. Okay? And I want you people to pay attention there. You know, we are going to have quite a number of questions coming from that. And then under decrement, we have pre-decrement and post-decrement. So pre-decrement is this. Start with the operator and then the variable. An example is given below here. I hope maybe you are in a position to write. You should be having your book and your pen so that you sketch some of these things. Are we together? Are you together?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you should be having your book and a pen so that at least you write something. Okay?
Yeah, we have them, teacher.
So you can see, like in this case, the value of x is 10. Okay? So there is this minus x, meaning that the value of x is being, you decrease the value by 1. So x becomes, so this is the same as x is equal to x minus 1. In this other side, with the increment, x is equal to 11, meaning x is equal to x plus 1. Okay? When you have x minus like that, or minus x, is the same as x. The same as x is equal to x minus 1. So if x was 10, so 10 minus 1 becomes 9. So 9, so x becomes 9. Okay? See that? Are we together? Are we together?
Yeah.
Any question at that point? Because most of you, I don't know whether you understanding the program which you are writing, or you are just copying them from the internet, you run them, or maybe you are sharing them with your friends, those who are sharing with others. Is there any question? Is there a question? Or you are satisfied? Now, assuming that, like in that assignment, let's say, let me stop projecting this. Okay, let me stop projecting that. Then I open a new page so that we explain something.
I have a question.
Hey, you are having a question after.
So it's not related to what we have learned now. So when I asked about using more than two variables more than two data types in a program, so for scanf, assuming you have used integer and float, for scanf, how will you format specifiers?
Oh, just repeat again. I can't hear you well. Just repeat again.
Okay.
Yes.
Asked if one can use more than two data types in a program.
Yes.
So you have used integer and float.
Yes.
Scanf, how will you write the format specifiers? Will you use %d and %f?
You see, there is no way you can have two of them in one statement. Or I don't understand what you are asking, but you see, when you're using scanf is a function which enables you to get the data from the keyboard, right? Or from an external device. So if you, for example, you declare a variable like instead of you say float x, so meaning the format specifier for that variable is going to be that percent with letter F. Like when you want to get 3.5, you know 3.5 is is a floating point number.
Yes.
Yes. If you want to deal with floating point numbers, it is important to use the float data type. But if you want to deal with whole numbers like 9, 7, 20, 165, that is an integer number.
Okay.
Or if you know the result, of a particular operation, if you are doing some division, like if you're dividing 7 by 3, the result is going to be a floating point number. Because 3, that is 2.13, right? Like if you divide 24 by 7, you can do 3.14 and so many other values. So in such a case, the result is going to be a floating point number. So that result should be declared as the floating point. Use the float. Once I can see a lesson there, someone is giving you hard time there. What's the problem? Nancy? Or you don't care, you don't want to hear. Because your attention is not here, you're not even here what you're saying. Did you get what I just said? Yes? Fancy. Did you? You see, you're not getting anything, but you are busy with someone over there. So it means you're not part of us. Can I remove you from the lesson? Can I remove you? Because at the end of the lesson, you will say, yeah, I need to see Kuskia. Any other question? I know Bansi is floating and you're not getting anything. You just divide in there. Now, this is what I wanted to do what? Now, assuming that so these are just by the way things that I need to mention so that you understand them. For example, in that assignment where we are using the unary operators, okay? So assuming that you are given maybe int x, that, and then y, like that. Then you say x is equal to 10. That way. Or sometimes to avoid too much writing, it is just important to do what is called initialization, like I mentioned last time. So you will have x is equal to 10, like that, and then y. That way. Now, assuming that you have y, look at this expression. Y is equal to plus x. Remember, this is pre-increment. You have x plus like that. This is the pre-increment. And then when you have x, then plus like that. This is post-increment. The same applies when you have this. This is pre-decrement and this is post-decrement like that. you have this. Now, what normally happens here is that the value of x is 10, right? So the value of x will be incremented by 1, such that y will be 11 like that. Okay. Is it clear? So here we have x, and then y. Within the memory location, we have these portions allocated to them. So up to this point, x is 10, and y is having nothing. Okay. But when you execute this statement, it means the value of y will be 11. Right? But when you have, for example, y is equal to x plus. I want you to take key note of what is happening here. This is
I have a question.
Yes.
That y is equals to x to plus x 10. That plus x is it over 10 or
over 10? What I was trying to say here is that the value of x is what? 10.
10. Thank you.
I was saying the value of x is 10.
Thank you.
Okay. So meaning this x will be incremented by 1. So y will be 11, like in this case. Now in the second scenario, y is x plus plus. So in this case, first of all, because x is 10, in this case, y will be assigned the value of x. So this will be 10. Okay. Then after that, this operator will be executed. So meaning that up to this point will be 10 plus 1, which will give you 11. So the 11 will be transferred to what? To y. So here it won't be 10, but 11 like that. I'm doing this so that you can see what is happening. Especially when you're writing those, when you're running those programs. Visually see, you can visualize when such operations were being executed. Okay. You see here, first of all, the value of x is assigned to y. What's the value of x? 10. So here it becomes 10. But then after that, then the value of x is incremented by 1. It becomes 11. So then it will be overwritten so that it becomes what? So that it becomes 11. Because before y is equal to x, and x is 10. So y will have 10. Okay? But when now this part is executed, it becomes 11. So instead of 10, this will be overwritten so that it becomes 11. Same applies when you're using the post or pre-decrement. You have a question? Any question up to that point? Any question?
Yes.
Yes.
So the y is equals to 11. I've not understood the statement when you've said that y is equals to x, which is 10. Can you request explain that again?
This part.
Yes.
Look at this statement. This y is equal to x plus plus, right?
Yes.
What happened when this statement is executed is, first of all, the value of x. Remember, this is an assignment operator. What is on the right is transferred to what is on the left, right? Or it is assigned. Okay. And normally, what is on the left, as a rule, must be a variable. Okay, it must be a variable, and we say the variable is a named memory location. The variable is a named memory location. So it means what is on the right is transferred into what is on the left, and what is on the left is a variable. It's a location. So that when you say x is equal to 10, see 10 is what is on the right, being transferred to what is on the left. And what is on the left is a variable. And a variable is a named memory location. So in this case, 10 will be transferred inside here. This location as a name called what? Like that. Now, if you come to this statement here, the value of x will be assigned to what? Y. X is 10, right?
Yes.
10 will be transferred to y, and y is a memory location. So here, at the initial step, this value will be what? 10, because x is 10. And then now, when the entire statement is executed, it now becomes the value of x will be incremented by 1. So instead of 10, it becomes what?
11.
So 11 will be transferred here. What's the content of y? Y is 10. So by transferring, it means it overwrites y. And by overwriting, it means you are deleting it. Like that. And then you have 11. So,
thank you.
The same applies. Y is equal to x minus. So, up to this point, what is x?
10.
X is 10. So 10 will be transferred. So y will be. So y will be 10, right?
Yes.
But then now, when this operator is executed, now y, of course, because remember when we said x, remember this. Pay attention here. Remember we said x minus is the same as x is equal to x 1. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So this part here is the same as this. This part is the same as this. So meaning that initially the value of x is 10 transferred to y. So y becomes 10. Okay? But now, and now you operate this, when you execute this is equivalent to this. It's going to be x minus 1, and x is 10. So this is going to be what? This
9.
will be not 10 but 9. It's going to be 9. So in this case here, the value of y becomes what?
9.
9. Okay?
Yes.
Now,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm okay.
yes. So any question after that? You should not fear asking, because no one is there to laugh at you. You are alone. You are not in a class where you are able to see you physically.
Low sir. Sijapata kwenye hiyo na sijapata kwenye hata what about
Yes.
To clarify more about this 11. Hii 11 ndo nimeshangaa.
But you see, we said it means you joined the class late because we talked about pre and post.
Yeah.
Pre-increment and post. Pre-increment and post decrement. Okay. Now here.
Yes.
When we are just a minute. Yes, I was just explaining something to my colleague here.
Yeah.
So here you're saying you don't know how 11 is coming.
That's what I mean.
Now you see, we said that when you have x plus is the same as when you have x is equal to x plus 1. Like that. Do that.
Yeah.
Let me just clear my board that I get most of this. Now the second one, just a minute. You also said,
is it x is equal? Is it x or y? Y is equals to x.
X or y, doesn't matter. Just listen first, okay? Just pay attention. I want you to pay attention first.
So
yes. This is Kumunto. Kumunto, how are you? In the example, we have plus x, which is the same as x is equal to x plus 1. Plus 1, right? Are we together? Are we together?
Yeah.
In this example now, in this illustration here,
fine.
In this illustration, x is equal to 10 and then y. Okay? So meaning that the compiler will, through the operating system, get memory locations for x and y. Now when we write this expression like y is equal to plus x, plus x. You see this part? Now this part is the same as this part here. Plus x is the same as x is equal to x plus 1. Okay? So what's the value of x? What's the value of x?
Huh?
Yes.
X is equals x plus 1 is equals to y is equals plus x.
Can you repeat your question again? And you must be very careful so that you don't get confused. You see, I was still explaining this. Let me explain this first, then you ask that question, right?
Yeah, no problem. Huh?
Now, I'm now giving an example on how you can apply this. And I've said plus x is the same as x is equal to x plus 1. Is it clear? Now, in this example, where we have int x and y, and of course, int x has been initialized with 10. So I've written an expression like y is equal to plus x. Y is equal to plus x. And this part plus x is the same as x is equal to x plus 1. So what's the value of x? The value of 10. X is 10. So 10 is equal to 10 plus 1.
Yes.
What does that mean? 10 becomes
11.
11.
So 11 is being assigned to y. So y will be 11, like that. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
It's answered.
Well answered, huh?
Yes. I'm doing this so that the program you wrote, now you should go back and look at it, whether you are understanding what it was all about. Is it clear now? Yes. Another question?
Question.
Yes.
Hapo kwenye tumetumia y is equals to x minus
Side.
Pardon?
This other side, right?
Y is equals to x minus.
Yes.
So in that, hiyo sasa hapo tumetumia ni post decrement.
Yeah, this post decrement. Remember, there is pre-decrement and also post decrement.
Yes.
Okay.
And
in both cases, it means the same thing. You see that?
Yes.
The only difference is when it is being executed. For example, here, when it is being executed, first of all, the value of x will be transferred to y. What is x?
Yes.
X is what?
X is 10.
X is 10. So
yes.
This is y. Then this is x. So I'm just telling you what happens, but the resulting operation is the same. Okay? So
yes.
Here, first of all, the value of x will be transferred to y. So y will be
10.
10. Okay? But remember, this is something which is being executed by the computer, and the computer is very fast. So you might not see, you might not have a feeling that it initially took place like this. But then after that, the expression is being executed. This expression is the same as this. X is equal to x minus 1. So
1.
X is what? X is 10.
X is
becomes
9.
9. So the value of y will be 9 will be transferred to what? To y. So
y.
for that, this will change. You see, the computer is very fast. So this kind of change, you cannot even experience it. But we are just telling you what is happening, right? Yes.
Yes.
Here, the value of x still remains what? Of course, here, since the value of x is going to be what? 9 again, because x minus is the same as x is equal to x minus 1. So the value of x also becomes what? 9. Yes.
9.
Is it clear?
Mwalimu, kuna mahali
Yes.
For post decrement, it is used to decrement variable.
Yes.
After assigning the value of the variable. So when you assign the value of x to y, isn't the result itakuwa y is equals to 10 and x 9.
That's why I said initially, okay? Initially, the value of y, the value of x is being transferred to y. The value of x is what? 10, right?
Yes.
But when now you execute this, when now the compiler execute this expression, x minus is x is equal to x minus 1. What's the value of x? 10.
10.
So 10 minus 1 becomes what?
9.
So the whole of this part becomes 9. So 9 is transferred to y. So this value 10 will be overrated. So this is a change which takes place very fast, which you might not even see with your naked eye, right?
Yes.
But then up to this point, this value x becomes what? 9. Before it is being
9. Yes.
Yeah. Is it clear? Any other question?
Yes.
Then there is also this expression we don't like. You need to check these points very, very seriously because you may not mention them again, but as you write the program, you should remember them. They are very important. Like when you say A, these are variables, is equal to B, is equal to A is equal to B, is equal to C, is equal to D, and then maybe you say is equal to 10, like that. Do that. If you look at this statement, normally the execution starts from right to left. You're getting me? The execution, the interpretation of this statement starts from the right, moving towards the what? Left. Is it clear?
Yes.
So meaning that the value of D, okay? So 10 will go into D, okay? So meaning that C is equal to 10 because D is equal to 10. Then this value is also transferred to that. So it's like B is equal to 10. Then after that, the value 10 is transferred to D. Remember, these are variables, and the variable is a named location. So when I'm talking about transferring, it means that value is being transferred to that location. And then lastly, the value of A is going to be 10. Okay? So in such an expression, the interpretation of this statement or this straight to left. Of course, these are equal signs, not equal signs, but these are assignment operators. The signs what's on the right to the left. But if you see such kind of an expression, it's a very long one. So it starts from the far right to the left. Any question? David? 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 Are you there? Zipporah, any question? We are assuming that you are getting everything, right? Caroline, any question? Jamila, any question? I hope what I've been writing, you've also copied them in your books.
Yes.
Yes, we have copied.
I want to stop this and then I project something else, which is going to be the last.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, what if in the case when you are
Can you speak
given
loud? Because I can't hear you. Speak loud. Can you speak loud?
so I'm asking
Yes.
in the case when you're given the value of y, like y is equals to 1 and 10 is equals to 10.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you go about it?
The value will be depending on the expression you're using. If you're using an assignment expression, what is on the left will overwrite what is on the left.
On the right.
What is on the right will overwrite what is on the
left.
And I said as a rule, what is on the left is always a memory location. It is always a variable. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So the content of that variable will be replaced by what is on the right. Question? Now the last thing is another operator which I want us to look at.
House Kiki.
Pay attention so that you can hear me. Otherwise, because the volume is maximized everything. So now I want to can you see that? Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Make sure you write it.
Yeah.
Make sure you put it down as good.
I have a question.
Yes.
So those we have done of y is equals to x and modulo operators. The samples you've given us are modulo operators.
Yes.
You were sleeping because what I've just we were talking about the unary operators. The unary operators are the plus plus and the minus minus. Before that, I talked about modulo operators. So you must be very careful. You must pay attention because you can see you are now lost. You don't know what you're talking about.
I was just confirming the modulo.
It means you are not concentrating. We started by looking at modulo operators. We explain what it is, how it works with a simple program. Then we look at the unary operators. And then after that, now we are talking about the size of the operators. So if you're not following keenly, you will be lost. You see that?
Yes, I'm fine.
Things in your books and you'll get confused. You need to be in order. Like right now, we want to talk about the operator called size of. It is one word. That word is size of. It is one word, please. Are we together? It is one word, size of. Size of. It is one word. Size and the word of are together. So the size of operator is C, and this is how it is written. Okay. So don't write your own things. The moment you put a space between size, the program will not execute. So, is it clear?
Yeah.
The moment you put a space between size and of, it will not work. So make sure you note that is one word, size of operator in C. Now you can see this. It is a function. Any function is having this these two brackets. If you see this, it means it's a function, meaning that it requires you to write something in between there. Now, any function is a predefined. A function or this operator, it's a function. I believe you've been taught Excel in computer applications. Have you been taught Excel?
No. Yes.
Not yet. Have you been taught?
No.
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 Someone is saying yes.
No.
No. You will find
No.
quite a number of functions.
No.
Madam will teach you quite a number of functions in Excel. Now, a function is a predefined or a predefined formula which you can just use it. How? Okay. So this operator is a predefined function, meaning that it is just like those header files. When you look at these header files, they have some background. Behind these files, there are several functions which has been written. So you only call them by including them within the file. This Jackie is making noise here. I will send you out of the class. Class is also making noise. The background is a lot of noise. Can you mute? Jackie, can you mute? Now, this size of it's an operator is a predefined function, and it's normally used to return the size of, for example, a variable. You can also return the size by returning. It displays the size of variables, of data types, expressions, pointers, etc. So you need to have it written down like this. That is a predefined function used to return, can be a variable, can be data type, or an expression, or a pointer. The pointer is a topic which we shall discuss in future. Okay. Remember, when you're talking about data types, in that table we drew a table with ranges, the name of our data type, the size, and the range. Do you remember that? Can you recall?
Yeah.
So if you want to know the size, if you want to know the size of a particular data type or a variable, we use the function called what? Size of. Because this function, it will let you know the size of a particular variable or a data type or a function or an expression. Okay. Now you can see there is an example, a program to show how the size of operator can be used. Of course, the structure of the program has been used here. So we declare two variables. One is a character, and the other one is a short. Okay. Remember, all of them are characters, but one is short, one is the normal character. That's how. So we are saying we want this some program. We want to display the size of data types and variables. Okay. Remember, we have a short and the normal character. Okay. Because you can have a long character, you can have a short character, and the normal character. So we have the normal character and the short. So you write a statement like printf the size of this bytes, because we remember it is a character, but since we talk about the size, you know the size we are quantifying, like maybe 6, 7, 10, 11. So those numbers are integers. That's why they use %d as a format specifier. Because what it returns is the size of whether it is an integer or a character or a float. Doesn't matter. What we are interested in is the size which that float has taken, which that character has taken, the size which that float or maybe a word has taken. So that's why you're using %d. So the size of the character bytes. Remember, this is a question which someone asked me, where are we supposed to write this new line? And then we have the size of that character. Of course, this C, this should be C. Okay, in C. So C is a variable of type character. It's a variable of short. So I want the program to display when this C of characters. So how many space, how many size has this C been allocated within the memory location? How many space this S has been allocated type within the memory? So be careful here. Make sure you write what is there. Okay. This can be byte or bytes. Remember, you can even remove this and then just have it like bytes, like that. Or you put it in bracket like the one I've done here, because it can be 1 byte or 4 bytes. Is it clear? Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You can see we only have 40 people out of almost 150 people. So the size of this character will be displayed is executed. So what you need to do is just to copy paste this. What you need to change is the size of it, if it is a character, if it is a short, or sometimes you don't want to have this kind of declaration. Sometimes you don't want this kind of a declaration there, that this part is not there. Assuming. Please pay attention to what I'm saying so that you don't get confused. In this case, I started by declaring C and S. So I'm using the size of C or the size of S. For a case whereby you don't want to declare these variables, you can just display the size of a particular data type, like in this case, float. You see the size N of the data type. Okay. So instead of like having float like this, float Y. So that instead of float here, I put Y. Okay, like in this case. So if you don't want to do this, you just function and then in the bracket you put the name of that data type. These are two ways in which you can go about it. Either you declare it first and then you use that variable name there. Or if you omit this part, you just use the name of that data type directly like this. So it's just a matter of copying the same thing, but now size of float, the size of void, the size of integer. We together. So look at all the data types that we have, those elements. We have the integer, we have the characters, we have the float, we have the void. Okay. So write this program and then you find. I'd love to see what you've done. Make sure you post it on your WhatsApp wall so that I can be able to see. Any question?
No.
No, you're saying no and you start messing up and then you say, teacher, this thing is not running. First of all, make sure you copy correctly. Okay? So with these statements, you'll be able to know the size of various data types. The various data types. Sounds out. So it's just a matter of copy pasting this, and then you change the size of C, the size of D, F, or maybe the size of character, the size of long, all those. But I've given two ways in which you can go about it. Either you declare it first, and then you size of that particular variable name. We use size of and the name of that particular data type. Any question? Because we are ending up there. I want this program to be done. Any question?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, you said we do it, then we post it where? On our WhatsApp.
You see on the WhatsApp, some of you are just waiting for others to do, then they copy. So just send it to me privately.
Okay.
Yes. Any question? Dennis. Any question?
Yes.
I can hear you.
No, I was just looking
Can you
at
speak loud?
the Nini.
Yes.
I'm saying, can you hear me? I was just looking at the program and wondering whether so you have told us the data types that you have already encircled. It's not a must we include in our program and start printf, the size of character, direct, just without declaring the data type.
Yes, those are two ways. So, those are two ways.
Okay.
Any other question? There being no other question, we can now end the lesson. I can only see it at an end. Remember, you have the computer and the computer lab in your pocket. So the boys on your coach. That's how.
And I asked you why my laptop is not.
Can you speak loud? Can you speak loud? Yes.
I'm saying I tried downloading the codes block through my laptop and it's not running. I don't know what's the problem. The whole thing, even I tried browsing YouTube. Yeah.
That's how. What you are after is the program. I want to the program. Don't type for me. Don't let me copy. If I don't see a screenshot, the program was only on the computer. I want okay, bye. See you next time.
Bye. Wow.